Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Cutting the Bull in the post-truth apocalypse. This week, I'm hanging out with Gaz.
Hello.
Mike.
Hello.
And I'm Ben. I mixed it round. Didn't fuck it up, honest. You'll never know.
You're a wild man.
Do as thou wilt.
You're off the chain.
No. Oh, I have to stop having this lemonade. This is our sister show to Cut to the Bull, where we bring you the weekly word of the weird as we found on the World Wide Web this week. It really is what it says on the tin. Follow us on Facebook, Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. We'll do you a meme. YouTube, Apocalypse Bull, SoundCloud and Spotify and all your other podcasting platforms. Cutting to the Bull in the PTA. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
This is a show back to one of our previous episodes, the New York City abduction. You weren't on that one, sadly, Gaz. You'd have enjoyed it.
Okay.
But have you ever heard of this?
No.
Brief story. This woman claims and is meant to be police witnesses who then turn out to be Secret Service bodyguards for some head of the UN. Apparently see her getting abducted from her high-rise New York building over the river, like literally lifting out the window and a beam of light. There's these two credible witnesses.
I remember it now, yeah.
And Linda Nataliano, which isn't her real name, but that's the name she goes under for this.
Mambo Italiano. Sorry.
Linda Nataliano.
Sorry.
Anyway, she's just got a Netflix show, Netflix documentary about it. Netflix are big into aliens at the minute. Although the George Knapp show isn't too bad so far.
Didn't we figure out that she got it all from a book?
Yes,
She probably made it up.
Yeah, she could have got it from a book, and she'd also signed a deal with somebody to take a certain amount of profit.
Right.
Turned out that these two policemen, poor old Bud Hopkins, one of the best UFO investigators there was, kind of got duped by her.
Not a ufologist.
He was also a Harvard psychologist who's a doctor.
Doesn't
He's
mean he wasn't a silly twat.
And he also did. Well, in this scenario, yes, you're absolutely right. He was a silly twat in this scenario,
Oh.
but he didn't put the pieces together. To be fair, Bud Hopkins was famously sympathetic to UFO abductees as a psychologist.
Right.
And he would more often than not believe them, and he'd do the hypnosis because he was qualified in that, which I'm not always. Hypnosis is a whole fucking mixed bag of crap sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does getting them to pretend they're a bird help?
Hypnotic regression, should I say.
Oh, right.
And yes, they literally see her getting lifted out into a reddish-orange spacecraft that quickly sped off toward the Brooklyn Bridge. Worth pointing out that Linda is fighting to block the show's release when it's already out, so...
Right.
Late artist turned UFO investigator Bud Hopkins championed Napolitano's story in the 1997 book Witnessed, the true story of the Brooklyn Bridge abduction, generating widespread interest and naturally some skepticism. Hopkins said he became fully convinced Napolitano was telling the truth after he received a letter from two bodyguards who said they had been nearby protecting an unnamed world leader when they saw a woman floating through the night sky into an alien spacecraft.
Yeah, it was all out of bollocks, wasn't it? They never existed or something, did they?
No, she basically just got two blokes to do some voice acting for her. Because they've never been able to track these guys down.
No.
And then didn't she end up fucking marrying one of them later on?
Apparently.
It went off
Did he
down
try
this...
to rape her on a beach?
Yeah.
I'm not...
But then...
I didn't see that coming.
And then it went down this whole twist where they'd both been abducted as children.
Yeah.
And they'd been like paired by the
shit.
aliens. And now they're fucking married or something. But it's probably because she was knocking this dude off and he got his mate to do the other voice. I have no idea. But it's apparently the head of the UN is the unnamed world leader.
Now you know. Just happened to be in the area.
Yeah, well, that's it. The UN building isn't that far away, apparently.
It is in New York, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, yeah. And obviously the world leader that was meant to be there, he's obviously come out and denied it, hasn't he?
Of course he has, yeah.
That's because it's a load of fucking bollocks.
So she's got a new show, yeah?
Yeah, she's 77 now, and she's saying
Still
that
would.
it's just her for the... She looked better than that when she was younger, actually.
Still would.
She said that presents a tale of scepticism and an examination of Napoleon's pulling the wool over Hopkins' eyes, rather than a credulous recitation of her claims according to an eye-popping lawsuit obtained by... My eyes have just popped out, I don't know about you. Obtained by The Independent.
Sorry, she's trying to block the release of it.
Yeah, but it's been released, so unless she's still fighting it.
Right.
Good luck fighting Netflix, you mad bastard. They're bigger than God.
I will watch this. If it's a sceptical take on it, I'm quite intrigued to see what they bring up. Cause,
Yeah, we were sceptical of it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Even, you know, where I like jump on it, I'm like, that's fucking true for every UFO story. Even I'm like, nah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Just happen to be guarding the head of the UN and you look up and there's a woman, woo,
Yeah.
like Ghostbusters.
There was meant to be 20 other witnesses who Bud did track down and said they saw stuff, but we don't know if they were just her mates. Or they couldn't track a lot of them down. They definitely got one or two who said they'd seen something. They were meant to be like, apparently the New York Times or some big New York paper has its sorting office directly opposite her apartment, and she's like, oh well, everyone working on the loading bay would have seen me, and they couldn't find anybody, but Bud also never talked to them.
You
He
never
only spoke
trust
to the
an
guys in the
eyewitness.
back.
I don't think he needed to talk to anyone, did he?
Probably not, no. And there's a book that's very similar to this as well that she ripped off chunks from.
A novel.
I actually feel really sorry for Bud Hopkins in this scenario, because he was a good guy trying to push the cause that these people have been abducted and this thing was a real phenomena, and this bird turns up
It
and
might
just
well
kind of
be
takes
a
advantage.
real phenomenon, but then you get people that
Like this, yeah, like Linda.
spoiling it for everybody. Yeah, right, what should we move on?
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, man, I'm assuming that's what it is, NC,
Why the hell not?
finds $20 on the ground, uses it to win $1 million lottery prize.
Wow, what a lucky bastard.
Just a bit.
Son of a...
Fucking finding 20... Imagine
Yeah.
finding 20 quid on the ground.
That'd be
fuck-
enough.
Yeah.
That'd be buzzing all day.
I found 2p the other day, I was happy with that.
You know, weirdly, if I did find 20 quid on the ground, the last thing I would buy with it would be scratch cards.
I'd probably buy alcohol. or
Yeah, me
drugs
too, yeah.
Immediately.
I'd certainly buy
Yeah.
booze.
Well, he bought scratch cards and he won the $1 million prize. Banner Elk resident Jerry Hicks told North Carolina Education Lottery officials his road to lottery luck started with a fortuitous discovery. I found $20 in the parking lot outside the Speedway, Hicks said. I used that to buy the ticket.
Well,
Fuck me.
I think we can conclude something from this tale, gentlemen, is that someone, Gary, has invented the luck virus.
Yeah. He's already said he decided on the first thing he'll do with his prize money. We're going to head straight to Golden Corral and eat everything they've got, he said.
Wow, how American.
Fantastic, I love it. Off to the local restaurant, give me all your food.
If I was him, I would leave it on the floor, right? All the £1 million.
Hang on, sorry.
Spread it about, and then find it myself again. And buy more lottery tickets with it. And get more millions. Or lose everything.
Once you've got the million, though, it's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, I certainly... This is the English equivalent, though. What he said there of that... This is like going... We're going down to Toby Carvery and buying everything they've got.
Yeah.
Wow.
Large carveries for all.
Yeah, I bet they went there in a pickup truck, didn't they?
Yeah, 2 meats. You get 2 meats.
I want a
You go to
Coke,
Arby's, you get all the meats.
Coke
Apparently.
Zero, Sprite, Fanta, Dr. Pepper, all of it. I want all of it.
Yep.
But $1 million might seem a lot, and it's what, about £800,000 ish, somewhere around that mark.
It's better than a kick in the cock.
Oh, I'm not saying, but
It won't set you for life,
No,
though.
we're not going to retire on it.
No.
That's the issue, unless you
Of course you
invest it wisely.
You could retire.
You couldn't retire off the interest, though, like you could years ago.
It's not like
You could
becoming.
retire.
It's
You'd have to probably, you couldn't. You have to be
you'd have to be frugal.
spendthrift, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Frugal,
you
but
definitely.
What's the fun in that?
Because I mean,
then you wouldn't have to work again.
a house might cost you 700,000.
I'm just saying you could. I'm not saying you'd want to, but I think you could.
Well, you'd spend like half of it on a house, wouldn't you? Decent house.
Well, you can get a decent house.
But by the time
£100,000,
you've bought it, by the time you bought a house, do a couple of holidays. Maybe you put the kids through private school and you buy yourself a nice car.
Still
most
gonna
of it's
need
fucking gone.
You're still going to need a job after a while, I think.
What are you taking in £30,000 a year?
Yeah. So, well, no, I'm not taking that. That's before the tax.
So 10 years is 300,000.
Yeah,
Times that by 3.
Mike, a decent house, you're going to spend 300.
No, what I'm saying is you have to be a bit frugal. You buy a normal house for 100,000, don't you?
£100,000.
No, mate. Your parents' house is probably worth fucking 150.
£100,000 will get you some like little new build, tiny little like.
That's what I mean. That's what you have to. You can't be lavish.
Or you could just keep your job.
I'm not saying.
Really
I'm not
nice
advocating
house.
doing this. I'm just trying to say. Ben said you couldn't live off it. I'm saying
I think
you could.
Ben's point
If
still
you were-
stands. It's not like a mega. It's once upon a time, a thought of $1 million would be like wow. But
Years ago, we were when the lottery
I
first
think
started.
it would give you an amazing 10 years.
When the lottery first started,
Be
my
nicer,
dad
wouldn't it?
worked out the
Oh, yeah.
interest on just £1 million just to see what it was out of curiosity.
Mm.
And he said it was something like £900, so many £100 a week
Yeah.
back in the day, at £400 or £500 a week, maybe more. And it was a couple of grand a month you get just off the interest off that $1 million. Now, back in the day, a couple of grand, not in the 90s, a couple of grand, that was like fucking ridiculous money.
If I stay in my council flat,
Yeah, well, this is if you stay in your council flat and
I'd
live
probably
as you
off
do.
of the interest.
But I guarantee you buy a fucking bigger telly,
Well, yeah, of course.
and I guarantee you'd fucking go nuts on the place.
We're going nuts on the place.
I bet you'd have a Star Wars room.
Golden toilet seat.
Golden AK-47.
Living housekeeper who also bends over for him. Oh, Mr. Mike again.
Mike playing illegal immigrants and choking while he touches himself. Under the guise of housekeeping.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's his money, he can spend it how he likes.
No matter how morally and ethically wrong it may be.
He's being frugal. That's why she's illegal.
I bet you'd buy a first class WrestleMania ticket.
Probably, yeah.
If you got $1 million, you're like, right, I'm going first class to WrestleMania.
Probably spunk it in that one weekend.
Come back, look at your bank and you're overdrawn.
Drinks for everyone in this section. I'm rich.
Cocaine for everybody.
What do you mean it's illegal in Memphis? Lawyers are how much? God, it's disappearing before my eyes.
You're paying Vince to shit on his chest.
I didn't even buy a house, not even a little $100,000 one.
No, 20 grand overdrawn.
Fuck, that lawyer was expensive. Yeah, well.
Fuck, that hooker was expensive.
Before you know, you've married a Vegas fucking hostess and she's taking half your money straight away.
Well, there's always an upside.
Yeah, she's not going to fuck you, she's just there to take your money.
Well, she's fucking me in one way, isn't she? Excellent.
Well, let's hope this man didn't do that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Let's hope he's very sensible and spends it all at Cracker Barrel or wherever he's gone.
And finally...
Tucker.
Oh, God. I love Tucker. Right. Tucker Carlson says a demon attack left him bleeding in his bed with claw mark scars.
Right. I was mauled by a demon, he says.
I think he lives out in the countryside. It could have been a
been a wild cat.
medium-sized wild cat.
Yeah, could have been.
Possum.
possum, yeah.
Yeah,
A
raccoon, yeah, easy.
Yeah, could have been a bear.
Who knows?
No, let's go with demon, shall we, Tucker? Oh, bless him. But he thinks aliens are demons and angels.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes I've listened to a couple of interviews with Tucker, and admittedly I didn't watch the Putin one, which I've been meaning to, and I just never got round to, which I was only intrigued to see that.
It's quite interesting.
Sometimes I think, this guy's very sensible, you know, sort of, you know, good hard-working background. All right, okay, you know, seems like a reasonable chap, and then he comes out with shit like this. And, you know...
Does that make you think it could be true, though?
No, it doesn't. Because he's a very Christian man.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but why would he be being mauled by a demon? Well, I guess we're going to find out.
Well, our dear Tucker Carlson has said that he was, quote, physically mauled by a demon a year and a half ago that left him bleeding with small visible scars on his body from claw marks in a clip posted by the Christianity's ? YouTube channel on Thursday. John hears, he asked it, Tucker, if he thought the presence of evil is kick-starting people to wonder about the good. Carlson answered, that's what happened to me, before recounting the story. I had a direct experience with it, said Carlson. In the milieu of journalism, asked Hears. Oh, Jesus, were they wearing polo necks? No, in my bed at night, replied Carlson, and I got attacked while I was asleep with my wife and 4 dogs. What do you think it was, one of the dogs?
That's what
mauled,
I'm thinking.
Physically mauled.
Or his wife.
Well, yeah, you never know. In a spiritual attack by a demon? Inquired Hears. Yeah, by a demon, affirmed Carlson. Or something unseen that left claw marks on my sides.
So the dogs, then?
The pair continued. Hears. So it left physical marks? Carlson. Oh, they're still there. Yeah, a year and a half ago. Was your wife terrified? I know you were. I wasn't. I was totally confused. I woke up and I couldn't breathe. And I thought I was going to suffocate. And I walked around outside and then I walked in. My wife and my dogs had not woken up and they're very light sleepers. And I had these terrible pains on my rib cage and on my shoulder. And I was just in boxer shorts and I went, ooh, Tucker. And I went and flipped on the light in the bathroom. And I had 4 claw marks on either side underneath my arms and on top of my left shoulder. And they're bleeding.
4 claw marks.
They were bleeding? They were bleeding, yeah. No actual claw marks. And I sleep on my side, so I wasn't clawing myself. I don't have long nails, and they didn't fit my hands anyway. But yeah, that happened. Oh, what the fuck?
Was he get a bit frisky with his wife? She got a bit carried away? Or is it a dog? See with 4 fucking dogs? You know what I mean?
There's a chance a dog was involved, isn't there?
I'd say there's at least a 98% possibility
Why would you
that
go
a dog
straight
was
to
involved.
demon?
Yeah.
I mean, if a dog stood on you to get over you and you didn't wake up,
And you're on your side,
I can see
it
it scratching
slips
you
and it
easily.
scratches you.
Yeah, easy.
But no,
Go
is that
straight
like,
to demon.
Demon.
straight to demon.
Demon! All right, Tucker, calm down. That's not what my first thought would be. I would instantly think the cat had done something.
Well, he consulted his assistant about it, and it was her that said the demons.
Funnily enough, she is an evangelical Christian.
Oh God!
She says that happens. People are attacked by bed in their bed by demons all the time.
Oh God! Well, I've got to say, I don't think it was a demon.
I have my doubts.
Sorry, Tucker.
With 4 dogs in the bed, and possibly a frisky wife, I don't think that this happened with demons. I don't think that. Guys, fucking. And then sometimes he just seems like a reasonable dude, and he comes out with bollocks like this. Or is he just playing up for the fact he's being interviewed by a Christian channel?
Well, he might just be trying to impress him.
Yeah, that's true. Or are they paying him extra to say this shit?
He might trying to impress him with his demon story. I got a story for you.
Well, he's got better the story, the more he's getting paid.
Well, we'll never know.
No, but
At least he wasn't fingered.
by a 6-foot alien.
I'm just picturing that scene of This Is the End. Have you seen that, guys?
I think so, yeah. With all the comedians at the end of the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, it's a brilliant film. And,
Which bit?
and there's a bit where Jonah Hill gets raped by that demon in the bed. Do you remember that, Ben?
I do remember that.
Well, I think it would have woke his wife up. And the dogs. They don't like demons.
Wouldn't the dogs be able to sense the demons?
That's what I mean, yeah. They can sense Terminators. So.
That's it.
Yeah, I think it was his dogs.
Bollocks!
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Me too. Not me too, not hashtag me too, just me too.
Moving on.
Moving on. So yeah, I think that's the end of it, isn't it? Thanks for listening. I've been Ben. Do as thou wilt, but remember, the love is the law.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
I've been Gaz, free Biff Tannen. Bye!